Again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard, and I have silicone ice cube trays, and maybe I won't need to use a lid, but it'd be handy to have. I just did a tools video earlier where I made some. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that or not. I have a pan of colors still left over. I have a 12-inch by 24-inch pre-primed from Michael's black canvas, and I just noticed as I took it out of the plastic that it has like a line across it, but I don't think it really matters, because my intention is to use my little scoops that I made earlier. Whoops, that one needs to go in the bucket. And do I have little scoops plural, or do I have little scoop? Okay then, I have little scoop. So what I will do to start with is to take little scoop and just add colors. I'm trying to clean off my bottom. Trying to experiment with what happens. Starting from the wrong side and going down, and that was a plan, really? Nobody believes you. Alright, because I want that to come down and across. Unfortunately, I have some practice with that. Yeah, probably not my best plan ever, but that's okay. To start, I could use an edge catcher, I believe. I do want to see what happens when I drip that up that way, and this up the same way too. Do I see a thing in there? I did. I saw a thing in there. Alright, so I'm going to take the paint that I've got down here and just wipe my fingers on it. And then I'm going to take some of this and use my bamboo skewer on it. Oh, I picked up something, a foreign object. If you do the skewering slow enough, you've got a shot at not, you have a shot at getting enough paint on there. That's what I was going to say. I've never tried to do this the short way, and I'm feeling a little out of my element, but it doesn't matter, because it's all an experiment for right now. And I have paint I want to use up, and I will use it up. And there was something really large in there to make it even more interesting. So we get funky blooms, and I can always add green, so I'm good. I can fake my way out of almost anything. Just call that a flower in there. That's cool. They're going to be really alien shapes, but that's okay with me. Okay, so I made colors in my dish, and I want to use some of them. And I'm going to have to turn my canvas. How am I going to do this? I'm going to let that rest so some of it gets right near the edge. I'm not going to worry about spillage right now, especially since it can definitely become part of the scape. My fantasy flower garden. That had to be the biggest that was the biggest small lizard I've ever seen here. There are dinosaurs in my studio. Oh my god. That was too much. Yeah, I am. I'm getting down and getting funky with my plant forms. Mostly because I want to use up what I've got. But I have little of no hope of that right now. I'm kind of thinking over time, if I get used to doing this with these little scoops as tools, I might be able to fill in animal shapes, which is part of a plan I've had for a while. So I'm going to let that go there, and then that's going right up there. With any luck at all. I didn't add any curlicues or spirals, but that doesn't mean they can't be coming. I got 11 minutes left. Looks like a little forest. Maybe I should just make it into trees. Maybe it is trees. Alien trees. Not a garden at all, it's just a forest. Which implies I could put all kinds of stuff up across the top if I wanted to. Ooh, this is becoming interesting. So we'll just spread those out a little. And that. And dip it a little too. That way we have enough paint there. Every time I dip something, yeah, that looks like treetops. Treetops? Treetops. I can't talk. Looks like treetops belong there. So I did threaten to make a forest for a while, and I guess I'm making it whether I knew I was going to do it or not right now. That's pretty cool. Can't say I'm the least bit unhappy about any of that. Sometimes I don't notice what a painting's about until after I've made it. Hate admitting that. But that is pretty cool. I'm happy with all of that. Just going to roll my skewer sideways to deposit whatever paint is on it. Paint in my dish is getting a little muddy, but it's still got lots of beautiful colors. Doesn't matter if they're fat branches, they're alien branches. They can be however they want to be. Yeah, no, I know it does sound like I'm talking to myself. But you're here, so that's proof I'm not, right? What am I going to do for those treetops? Maybe it'll have to be tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow when I have a lesson. Well, I think it's just back to adding funky stems. I'm wishing I had some more pink in my mix, but that doesn't mean I can't add it. And now that I know I'm making trees, I can just wholeheartedly make trees. And just keep manipulating the colors that I've got to do more and more cool things. Funky forest. That made me feel like I had a little notch on the front of my card. I don't think I do. In any case, I can take some of this paint. Whoops. I didn't want all that to go away. Oh well. I'll fix it. Just use the back of the card to make a tree. You know, I better get busy. I used to watch a sci-fi show where there was a red forest. Well, there's a red forest again. It was 12 Monkeys, I think. Yes, as I recall. I like sci-fi. Always have. Go figure, huh? I'm going to use the paint on my card. On my finger, rather. And on my card. Grab some more paint out of my container, where I might add some pink very shortly, since I really haven't got any. Pink, purple, it's all here. Let's just go crazy with colorful trees. Because I can, the name of my book on the Amazon link. Underneath, show more, underneath the video. Yes! There's also other cool stuff on that Amazon link. You can find the OXO omelet turning spatulas, which I can't see anywhere. There it is. Best paint spreading spatula around, I guarantee. And all my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas, which I just tried to show you. I'm going to throw some more red, or magenta rather, into my mix. And take some of this other red and throw it in with it. And try and finish up some of these colors. Where was I going with that? I don't know. Lost my way. There we go. Just mix it up and cross them over. The cool thing about the ice cube tray color container and the scoop is that you can have whole new color combinations that you never really imagined before. And they look pretty darn cool, at least in my opinion. And I still think I need something for the treetops, and I really have no idea what it is. I wanted to keep tipping it. I keep seeing it and wanting to tip it. I have GAC 800 in all of my mixes, so I don't have to tip anything, because the GAC is there to prevent the paint from cracking while it's drying, and it works like a charm. Somebody asked me today, why do that? Isn't it just one more expensive thing? It's the one thing that I wouldn't ever give up, because no matter what, that GAC is there for me, and my artwork does not crack, no matter how thick I leave my paint. And I am going to leave my paint pretty thick, I can tell you right now. This looks like it could be a two-parter easily, but I am actually still making progress, so I guess I shouldn't freak out too bad yet. I'm just over here grafting, grafting new kinds of trees to each other. That is a huge lump. What is that lump made of? Come here, lump. Go away, lump. And remember, at any point in time, that bamboo skewer can pick up and help slide paint other places. And the dull end is safer, but you can use it. You can use the edge of the dull end. I think I want something brighter in there. Could be sorry. I have all this color. It's like having a new toy. Maybe my trees just need to get spread out at the bottom. I need to allow some other cooler trees in behind. I don't know, this just feels so much like a first stage. I see that place right over here. I just kind of feel like I don't have to be as careful, because I can always stick my my new toy in some new colors and get a new result. It's still a mystery to me what I'm going to think of to put in those treetops, but I guess it's coming. Whatever it is, it's on its way. Sooner or later, it'll be here. As long as the paint is wet and thick, you can move it with that little tool pretty easily. As long as you're using GAC 800 anyway. Because if you are, and it's thick, then you don't need to worry. But if you're not, and it's thick, I wouldn't do it if I were you. I don't think I would even do it if I were me, if I didn't have the GAC 800 and everything. So this is still pretty cool. I'm going to put some of this orange paint in that big container and hope I get away with it. So far so good, I think. I like changing it up and adding a few colors from different trees to each other. Sort of adds some dimension. Sometimes it's good, sometimes I'm not so sure. I know I could take quite a bit of time, or at least until the paint is so gummy I couldn't do anything with it anymore, to play with this. I just want to take all the rest of the paint and put it across the top, and maybe I will. And I can take the edge of my scoop and just keep dipping it in and making branches. Whoops, that was messy. I'm trying to do a lot in a very short amount of time, and I can tell you guys that if you take a little bit of time, you'll get good results. But take your time, because I'm not. And what else? I just want to keep going. I want some white pearl, and I don't know what I did with it. But I think this purple will help me. Maybe. Ah, there's my 2-minute warning. And my paint is beginning to look a little bit gloppy. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to use everything I'd like to use. Yes, I just saw that right there. It is looking pretty cool. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, and you're probably going to be gone before I have a chance to finish. So maybe I'll come back for part 2 if my camera doesn't overheat. But I really want to finish, and I really can't. So. I should tell you guys to shop my Amazon link at no added cost to you. It helps me out. I appreciate it. If you give me a thumbs up, it tells the YouTube algorithm that you like what I do enough to give me better placement so more people can see what I do, so I can keep coming back and doing it for more of you more often. That would be every day, which is how often I am here. I think there's going to have to be a part 2. I don't see any other way around it. And I'm not sure about this muck I have in my dish anymore at all. It just makes me want to put a bunch of white in there. There's some white pearl. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to try the white pearl cure and see how that works. I love you guys. There's over 77,000 of you. I hope you watch the end screens for my website and for 762 or 765 videos that are on a playlist there. At this point, it doesn't matter if paint is a little brown, because trees are sometimes brown too. And that doesn't bother me right there. That's cool. I will see you on. There's a contest on the end screens for those of you who want to contribute to help keep the studio rolling, and I have very few contributions. I don't even have enough to pay for shipping yet. So I will not run the contest until I have enough to pay for shipping. I'm not giving away an artwork and then paying for it too. So I'm sorry for those a few of you who have contributed, but as soon as I get shipping, we're good to go. I think I'm going to let you guys go and come back in a minute, and I'm very tempted to just fill in the top, even though I like the black. And if I fill in the top with the colors that I have, that could work out nicely. So I'm going to be over here emptying out the colors from my silicone